20 years ago at Notre Dame, I made a pact with God. I said, you know what? I would go through 20 years of hard motherfucking time to secure forever the future of my children. Okay? Like Michael Milken, stealing 600 billion plus whatever, and then getting a slap on the wrist. I would do hard motherfucking time to pave the way, you know, smooth the life of my kids. I just realized that's what I've done. A potential future for Dan Quinn is his beep backing him up at Notre Dame after Notre Dame's attorneys have told Notre Dame to settle. They saw the evidence. It was evident. It was also evident that I was innocent. The priest's testimony proved it. But yet they still kicked me out because, you know what? What they do, they run a credit check. And if you don't come from a family that has money, just like when they arrest you, what they do, they roll the dice. You know what? Kick them out. Oh, you don't like it? Sue. Well, $20,000 got Notre Dame's attorneys to raise the white flag. They didn't. There is a possibility if Notre Dame, the evil Catholic institution that it is, does the right thing, that I don't realize how cool bikers are. I'm still kicking it with fellow compatriots who stayed and played the NFL. Now, Frank Stamms, do you realize that your life is a fucking sham, a farce? That if Jerry Faust is at Notre Dame, Marty Lippincot's at nose tackle, Cedric Figaro is at rush end, and Dave Butler isn't having to apologize to me for playing in front of me, motherfucker. So if Dave Butler had the wheels to play drop in, Frank Stamms, when he kicked me out the team, Lou Holtz, why didn't you play drop in? Because you were too slow, bitch. That's why you were a fucking scrub fullback that I beat the shit out of. My God, man. So anyways, there's a possibility, everybody out there, that Dan Quinn is a millionaire and he goes to the NFL and his savagery goes with him. And if Brian Bosworth, oh God, his mohawk, that was replicated all across America until Bo Jackson pulled your pants down and metaphorically raped you, bitch. Yeah. My grandmother could have been in a wheelchair behind Tony Casillas and the front four that you had at Oklahoma, and she could have fucking pushed herself and touched running backs. Stop! Like in flag football, bitch. My God. You know what? What is and what isn't, what makes it to the NFL, many times people end up scratching their heads like, what the fuck did he do in college? Because there's so many kiss-ass motherfuckers and so many coaches that love it. Oh my God. Lou Holtz, your future is done. You just don't know it. Okay? And if I have to attack you through your child, Skip, what's up, player? The fact that you even stepped on the field, Rudy, Joe Paterno, do you realize that the only reason why you have a national championship is because Lou Holtz is a dick and he's actually playing Tom Galloway, number 54, a walk-arm with no talent. And remember the time that you failed to wake me up, Tom, so I was late to that team meeting even though I got there 2 minutes early? And are we talking some kind of collaboration to keep Dan Quinn off the field? Because if Dan Quinn can make the play, motherfucker, imagine Dan Quinn sacking Rodney Peete. Now, Rodney, imagine this. Imagine fucking Russ Purnell doing his fucking job, Jacksonville Jaguars. You fucking punk bitch motherfucker. The only reason, Russ, why I'm not going to make a legal attempt to humiliate your punk ass and suck the life out of your sails is because I have my two boys, man. And I wouldn't if it wasn't for you. But know this, Rodney, when Frank Stamms fucking cheap shot you on that interception, know this. If Russ Purnell gets me a job like he should have, I'm at USC making the play. And I'm at USC fucking everything and everybody up, right? Okay? Yeah, just like I did at Notre Dame. And when Frank Stamms does that, I guarantee that we're finding what fucking Marriott they're in and what room he's in. And you know what? We could have had a woman do it. Oh, Frank, you know what? You're the best. What room are you in? Come fuck. Oh, you know what? I would have beat your fucking ass, punk. And if I was really deep back then in my thinking, you know, we could have duct taped you and had a fag fuck your ass in front of everybody. And what are you going to do about it? Say you didn't like it? What a punk, man. Poof! You don't exist. In my mind, man, so many times I thought, you know what? How bullshit. How fucking bullshit that Marty Lippincott lives in relative obscurity when I saw Marty Lippincott own Tony Siragusa in high school. And since Marty owned the UFC offensive line on first and goal, so they didn't get nothing, nada, and we won that game, Lou Holtz, if you hadn't fucking benched him like you benched me, Marty would be a celebrity. And I could call him and say, hey, look, get on Stevia, homie, because I did, and I'm better than when I was 24, because I'm 42. Let's go 22, 20, I don't give a fuck. I'm faster, and I'm more savage, and I should be a wreck. And you know what, motherfuckers talking shit? Better make sure that your woman likes you, because I'm single, punk, and I've got a lot of friends. And with my mind, what I might do is find out who the fuck you are, and then say, well, hey, you like this? Oh, you do you? Cool. Well, you know what? Let me show you the violin. And then, if it's not me, somebody show you the violin. That's your escape clause. Just so you know how good it can be as we fucking give you this new home to live in off of Pure H2O's profit. See, what I'm here to do is rectify how this fucking planet is to where it should be as quickly as possible. And since women should have been in charge from the very start, women should be at the head of the house, calling the shots, running businesses that don't compete with each other and collude with each other to rape and pillage this motherfucking planet. How many dumps can we fill until there is no more room? Okay? The human species has become a virus, and they've done it on purpose. And like Dale Earnhardt, man, they're leading us with carrots dangling in front of us straight to a fucking brick wall at terminal velocity. Yeah, no shit. And yeah, we're at 7:14. So fucking how many more minutes do I have? Lights, camera, action. Fuck! Well, that's where that $50,000 comes in now, doesn't it? I just got off the phone with Christian, and it looks like everything is a go. Vagos, North Sacramento chapter of the Vagos. Start picking your crew. I'm gonna fund the first coast to coast road trip. Okay, back to back, non-stop, man. Will the Harleys that fucking you guys have now stand up to it? Maybe we shouldn't even bother with that. How about this? I'm funding the first Vagos coast to coast toasting at the end road trip on a legal stimulant called Stevia. Okay, it is the cure. It will keep them up 36, 48 hours, however long it needs to go, and they'll be the first notorious fucking bike club to do that. And in so doing, they'll help validate Stevia as a legal stimulant. And then what I'll do is take another $5,000 and give a down payment to an attorney out there, hopefully one that is good and is unemployed and has the time to do it, because it doesn't really cost that much to file the motions. It costs to pay someone to do it. And we'll get every person across America incarcerated on a white powder conviction released from prison. Conflict. The FDA, arm of the federal government, hunts down Stevia and makes it illegal. Says it's bad for you when it acts like the cure. Criminal allegations, anyone? Anyhow, the DEA, they fucking arrest everybody that has white powder. And sometimes they give it to them so they can arrest them. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's done. This big fucking game. And yeah, so that's conflict. That's one strike. Boom! Against them. And with enough money, I'll win. I'm a smart motherfucker. I grew up with an attorney for a mother, and it was a legal battle from the fucking start. Let me tell you. Yeah, it really was. And it goes like this. I am Maitreya. I can prove it. The fact the bad boy sticker is on how many car windows? Boogaloo. And no one fucking knows that it's me. In relative obscurity, but how many other guys on planet Earth have actually knocked out 5 motherfuckers at once, basically. Boom! You know what? With a vengeance. And Keith Karts, if you do not do something to bridge the gap between Stevia and the NFL, Mike Karts, Encinitas, California, you little punk, what I'm going to do is make a movie pretending number 5 was Mike and then Keith, and in different situations where I knock you out, stomp you, curb you, kick your ass, duct tape you, lube you up, fuck your ass, because you know what? Dan Quinn's gay and everybody's worst motherfucking nightmare.